Yee y'all, yee, it's your boy Purple back at it again with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about a game that I think everybody has played, and if you haven't played it, you've heard of it, and that is GTA 5. Okay, if you haven't heard of this game, I don't know how you're watching this because this is on YouTube, and YouTube is like, I swear, it's like 45% GTA. Like GTA and Fortnite, and that's not even a joke. But today I'm going to be talking about the current like economy of GTA and just everything about the game overall. Well, let me not say everything about the game. I'm really going to be focusing on the online mode, which I feel like is the most popular by far. The online mode is very weird, I would say, because they have a lot of updates. Like I always see these ads every couple months about like, oh, GTA 5 is updating, and they're gonna have this huge update with like they're gonna add something crazy. They're gonna add some crazy freaking car or something, or this new business. And that's let me just say, this is my first point about the game being good, and that is businesses. The businesses that they have range from like an underground bunker to a high-end CEO office in which you can source cars. And honestly, for me, these businesses are really fun. Like they have a one called the CEO, and you buy a building that is worth about roughly $1 million or more. That like $1 million is like the base. And so when you buy the building, you have to buy a warehouse, a different purchase, which I don't remember how much it was, but I remember it was up in the 400,000s for the cheapest one, and the top one was like 1.2 mil, and that was like, it's all about like location that changes the price. Like if you have one, like if you always want it to be in the middle of the city, because that's where most of the cars are. And then, you know, the cheapest one is like all the way in the bottom. It's all the way in the bottom, where it's like a 3-mile drive to get from the first part of the city that you enter to where your freaking vehicle warehouse is. But that's like what changes the price. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get into all that like connection stuff later, but I'm just gonna say the businesses are fun. I think they have a lot of variety, and I really do enjoy them a lot. Especially the business called the bunker. The bunker, I feel like, is the best business, because all you have to do is steal supplies, okay, and then you can turn these supplies into your workers. Your workers then either manufacture it and make you money, or the ability to make money. Let me put it like that. Or they research stuff. And when they research stuff, they usually just research like upgrades for cars from that update. So like they're like armored vehicles and stuff that you can find online in the GTA store, like the in-game store, that you can find and you can buy, and then you go to the bunker, you research them, and then you can upgrade them, which is kind of like a cool connection thing. I thought it was kind of interesting. But you can also turn in the supplies for manufacturing, and then your workers will go and make them into gun shipments, and then you go and you sell these shipments for a varying amount of dollars, which is honestly a good concept. It makes you a lot. If you have all the upgrades and everything, the max is, I believe, 1.3 million for like one sale, but you're gonna need multiple people to do that sale. Like the more money it is, the more people you need, which is it's reasonable, you know. There are some bad things about the businesses though. While I'm on the topic of them, everything is connected. So as I told you, you have to buy a CEO office, and then you have to buy a vehicle warehouse, and that's just to do the vehicle sources. There's also cargo sources, which is the worst business, but like you have to buy a $1 million building, and then you have to buy a whole separate building just to be able to use the building that you bought for $1 million, which I just don't think is logically fair, because then it's just really supporting microtransactions. And yeah, but anyway, back to the businesses and the sales. The sales are kind of fun. I think they're really fun, because most of them are just simply like, get in this vehicle, drive this vehicle to this location, drop off a package. Then, then take this vehicle, drive it to this location, and then drop off a package. Once you drop off that package, then you go to this other location and drop off this package. Once you drop that off, you kill a couple enemies. You do it like 2 or 3 more times, and you make your money. But as I said, the sales are fun, and they can rack you in up to $1.3 million. But that's, let me just give a disclaimer, that's only for the bunker. And the bunker is, I believe, $1 million. So, and that's for the cheapest. So, yeah, some of the other businesses I don't think are as good. Like I said, the cargo business is a very terrible business. If you're starting out GTA, do not go for a cargo warehouse. Go for a vehicle warehouse. That's just a heads up. But so let me put this in perspective. So you have to steal supplies to like make your bunker function. And then when your bunker functions, it still takes time for your workers to manufacture these weapons in which you sell. So it takes about, I would say, maybe in 1 or 2 hours for them to go from a full bar of supplies to them running out, which isn't that bad for $1.3 million. Like a couple hours, that's actually really good. But it's not in comparison to how you can buy $1.25 million, which is $1.25 million for $20 in seconds, versus several hours. That's, yeah, and it I feel like it just really promotes microtransactions. And then like all the stuff that they offer, like all the vehicles and weapons and stuff that they offer to like incentivize you to spend money in the game, I feel like are just really unfair. They're just so unfair. So there's a motorcycle called the Oppressor, and by the name you should know that this thing is not fair, considering it is named the Oppressor. And if you don't play this game, you might not know what it is. But the Oppressor is a motorcycle that you can press a single button and it pulls out wings. Yes, wings on a motorcycle. And then you can use a rocket boost that the bike comes with and boost yourself so that you start flying on a motorcycle, which already sounds like you're gonna beat everybody everywhere. But then, to add even more unfairness into the conversation, they have rockets on the Oppressor. So you're flying around, going at top speeds, shooting homing rockets and explosive rounds at people. I just, I'm gonna just say that that's simple. That you're flying around shooting rockets and explosive rounds at people. So if you think that's fair, man, you're crazy. Like, I don't know how GTA didn't see like the fact that this was unfair, considering the only thing that we've ever had like this was a jet that was free, that you could like go into the military base and steal. Everything else was expensive, like in the threes of millions. That didn't sound right. The millions, like 3 million. And like the Hydra. The Hydra is a jet. Okay, it is a jet that can switch from flying to hovering, which doesn't really sound that unfair. until you count in the fact that you can call it in. Same thing with the oppressor. You can call it in, and then with the oppressor, it spawns right next to you. With the Hydra, it goes to the nearest airport or landing strip, which I just feel like is really unfair, considering how everybody else has to go around, buy rockets, you know, has to pay for these rockets, and they're flying around, hovering around on a flying motorcycle, shooting unlimited rockets at people, just trying to, you know, do their business work or have fun, you know? That's just so beyond me. And yeah, like I feel like the game is too connected for its own good. Every time that you buy something, you have to buy something else to make it useful. And like the game is just so like it's such a fun game at core. And it's a game that I personally enjoy playing. But when it gets down to it and I have to wait hours and hours for something that somebody can get in seconds for not even that expensive, then the game is just officially broken. And I was gonna make this video and title it "How GTA is the last video game that doesn't want to steal your money," and then I started doing more like realizing, and I realized it does. It's just a lot more subtle than every other gaming company. Like at least EA and 2K, which I've made videos on, are like straightforward about it, but Rockstar is just so subtle with it that it really like angers me. So that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, the game it's a fun game. It's really easy to make money, but it's a lot easier just to open up your wallet and spend a couple dollars. Like I could just buy a lot of, like I could just go and buy a lot of shark cards and have everything, but then I feel like that takes away everything from the game. Like GTA is all about the grind. GTA is all about, you know, feeling content with yourself about how you are the reason that you have all this stuff, and not your freaking wallet. Not because you decided, hey, I wanna have this bike that flies around and shoots rockets. Here's $40. Here's $50. And then I'll take that one thing, and like $50 doesn't even get you that much. The oppressor is 3 million, okay, and $50 gets you 3.5 million. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm ending the video now. It was nice to see you. It's been your boy Purple, and I'm out. Peace.